What if Tanjiro got turned into a demon? So I created two different timelines. One where Tanjiro turns evil, and another where he stays good and travels with Nezuko. But I decided to go with evil Tanjiro, because let's be honest, it's darker, more intense, and way more entertaining. Let me know in the comments if you want me to drop the good Tanjiro version too. So, in this timeline, we have to make sure that Nezuko leaves the house, and Tanjiro is still in the house. So let's just say that Tanjiro broke his leg or broke his arm while doing some activities, and so Nezuko has to go sell the coal, since she's one of the oldest. Nezuko doesn't return home, and Muzan arrives, injecting his blood into the Kamado family to see if any of them can survive and become demons. At first, he thinks none of them made it, but then Tanjiro starts turning into a demon. He senses that faint heartbeat, and Tanjiro begins rampaging, becoming a demon. After Tanjiro finally becomes a demon, Muzan asks him, "Where is the blue spider lily?" Tanjiro replies, "I don't know, Lord Muzan." Muzan then searches through all of Tanjiro's memories and catches a glimpse of the blue spider lily, something his mother once showed him. Muzan gets furious, realizing he was so close to finding it, but now he can't reach it because the flower only blooms in sunlight, and only for 3 days a year. Now, while he's looking through Tanjiro's memories, he sees the Hinokami dance that his dad was doing, and Tanjiro trying to learn it. He recognizes it as sun breathing, and Muzan would never forget that. After recognizing the Hinokami dance, Muzan realizes this is the family Yoriichi passed down his techniques to. He believes Tanjiro might be able to conquer the sun because of sun breathing. So he takes Tanjiro back to the Infinity Castle, begins training him, injects him with more blood, and feeds him more humans. But there's a problem. Tanjiro is naturally kind. He refuses to eat humans at first. Just like Akaza refuses to eat women due to his lingering human morals, Tanjiro still clings to pieces of his humanity. But Muzan doesn't care. He forces Tanjiro to consume humans and begins erasing most of his memories, because Tanjiro, at his core, is a kind soul. But Muzan is determined to turn him into a killer. Nezuko returns home to find her whole family massacred. Just then, Giyu appears and helps her escape the scene. Despite the tragedy and seeing no sign of Tanjiro anywhere, Nezuko still holds on to hope that he's alive somewhere out there. After burying her parents, Nezuko begins training with Urokodaki. After learning water breathing, Nezuko struggles when facing the same demons Tanjiro fought in the original timeline. Without a demon by her side, she misses some of the clutch moments that Tanjiro pulled off in Season 1. As a result, she has a harder time surviving. She might even be a bit weaker, not because she's a girl, but because she's fighting alone and carrying all the weight herself. Now, Nezuko meets Inosuke and Zenitsu. Zenitsu keeps chasing after her because he likes her, and Inosuke keeps getting her name wrong, which annoys her even more. But eventually, she and Inosuke team up to defeat the drum demon. Now let's get into the fight with Rui. Inosuke and Nezuko develop the same kind of chemistry that Tanjiro and Inosuke had in the original timeline, and together, they defeat all the demons leading up to Rui. But when Nezuko faces Rui, she struggles badly, pushed to the brink of death until he shows up. My emo boy Giyu shows up and nonchalantly slices Rui's head off like it was nothing, then saves Nezuko without breaking a sweat. And this time, Giyu and Shinobu don't get into that big fight, because there's no good demon now. We cut back to Tanjiro. Now we see Tanjiro as Upper Moon 6. He easily defeats Gyutaro and Daki. He's incredibly strong, able to regenerate in the blink of an eye. Now his blood demon art is really hard to figure out, because in the original timeline, when he briefly became a demon, we never actually saw it. So in this timeline, let's say it's similar to Nezuko's, but instead of pink flames, his are dark red. As Tanjiro continues to level up, he starts to regain some of his breathing techniques. So let's say Muzan gives him a sword, and now he can mix his demon powers with sun breathing. The result is even more powerful. Just like how Kokushibo uses moon breathing with his blood demon art, creating crescent-shaped slashes everywhere, Tanjiro's version creates actual flames swirling around his blade every time he uses a form. Now here's a secret a lot of people don't know, so if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead. The creator of Demon Slayer confirmed that the fire, water, and other elements you see with breathing techniques are just visual effects. They don't actually exist in the world of the story. Now we're at the end of Season 1. In the original timeline, Tanjiro met all the Hashira, but this time, it's Nezuko. She makes a much stronger impression by actually talking with them. Nezuko becomes a Tsuguko of the love Hashira Mitsuri. Mitsuri sees herself in Nezuko and takes her under her wing. Other Demon Slayer creators might give Nezuko sun breathing, but that's not how it works. Nezuko never did the dance. She doesn't know it. She only saw it once, so she wouldn't be able to use sun breathing. Now, instead of water breathing, I'd give Nezuko love breathing. First of all, it's just a really cool style to give her. And second, even though she can't use sun breathing, she could still use flame breathing, and love breathing is just a different form of that. Now let's go into the Muggen Train arc. In this version, Nezuko isn't part of it. She's off training with Mitsuri, so Rengoku is alone and ends up dying to Akaza, just like in the original original timeline. Now, when Tanjiro joins the Upper Moon ranks, all the other Upper Moons are there to witness it. During the meeting, Gyoko, Upper Moon 5, claims he knows where the Swordsmith village is. So Muzan sends Gyoko, Upper Moon 5, and says, "Let's test your abilities now against real demon slayers." Then he turns to Tanjiro and commands him to go as well. Now they all show up at the Swordsmith village, but the only ones there are Mitsuri, Muichiro, Nezuko, and Genya. Nezuko doesn't have the demon slayer mark since she doesn't use sun breathing. Nezuko has only been training in love breathing for a couple of months now. Tanjiro is the first to show up because Upper Moon 5, Gyoko, sneaks in through his vases. In the original timeline, Mitsuri was kind of far from the village during the attack, but in this version, let's say she stayed an extra night. So when the battle begins, she's still there and ends up getting attacked by Upper Moon 6. Tanjiro rushes in at incredible speed using sun breathing. Muichiro reacts quickly and blocks the attack. Nezuko and Mitsuri go straight for his head, but Tanjiro dashes back and counters with a burst of flame. Mitsuri shouts, "Oh my god, Upper Moon 6?" Nezuko stands there in shock, staring at Tanjiro. She can't believe what she's seeing. Her own brother, now a demon. And not just any demon, an Upper Moon. Nezuko starts screaming at her brother, "Tanjiro, is that really you?" But Tanjiro says nothing, his memories mostly erased by Muzan. Without hesitation, he charges at Nezuko. Muichiro quickly steps in to block the attack, and the two begin to clash in a fierce battle. Tanjiro isn't even at full strength, but he's using sun breathing, catching both Muichiro and Mitsuri off guard. They're shocked that a demon can even use breathing techniques, let alone the most powerful one in the entire show. Both Hashira are struggling to keep up with Tanjiro. His rapid regeneration, overwhelming speed, and deadly breathing techniques. Nezuko stands frozen in shock on the battlefield, unable to believe what her brother has become. Nezuko can't even move. She's frozen in shock. Then Genya rushes in, throws her to the side, and says, "If you're not going to help, then get out of the way." Since Tanjiro isn't at full power yet, he's actually struggling against Muichiro and Mitsuri. Then Upper Moon 5 shows up. He starts helping Tanjiro in the fight. The entire Swordsmith village erupts into chaos as explosions go off everywhere. Two Upper Moon demons battle the two Hashira, and Genya is badly injured. Genya only surviving because he's eating demons. They tell Genya they can't win this fight, and urge him to grab Nezuko and warn the other Hashira that the Swordsmith village has been attacked. Genya quickly grabs Nezuko, does a quick dash, and starts running back. They finally arrive at the Demon Slayer headquarters in the morning, where Genya collapses from exhaustion. Nezuko immediately tells all the Hashira what happened at the Swordsmith village. All the Hashira rush to the village in panic. When they arrive, they see the entire village blown to pieces, and both Hashira who were defending it are now dead. After that, Nezuko vows that the next time she sees Tanjiro, she will kill him for the greater good. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this timeline. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, drop a comment down below if you want me to make part 2. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.